I'm going to explain everything that we know currently about realtor commissions and the lawsuit. Yes, they are a major expense when you're buying a home. And recent legal shakeups like the NAR lawsuit, that whole thing that's combined into a whole $418 million lawsuit, which is crazy, that is shaking the whole industry up right now. And it's possibly gonna just take out buyer's agents as a whole, or the buyer's agent commissions as a whole. We don't really know. It's a shakeup, right? Shaking the snow globe, we'll see where everything lies. So I'm gonna let you know exactly what's going on with buyer's agent commissions and selling agent commissions, and if you should pay a buyer's agent commission or not at the current moment in 2024. And the short answer is, if I was to sell my home, I would have a buyer's agent commission. As short answer, I probably wouldn't do the 3% just because we're uncertain as to where everything is going, but I would because it's currently more beneficial for me to offer a buyer's agent commission than to not, okay? Let's get more into the NAR lawsuit, okay? Okay, traditionally, negotiating real estate agent commissions wasn't encouraged, and a lot of real estate agents would stand pretty firm on what they would offer. Though it was extremely possible to absolutely negotiate real estate commissions, industry practices, like just not being transparent about it, made it feel like that was the only option when it never was. And that's what caused the 3 lawsuits, is the lack of transparency. So there are 2 lawsuits that are basically the same, and then we have the Zillow lawsuit that's a little bit different and just lumped into the $418 million lawsuit against NAR. The 2 cases that are pretty similar is the Mueller and Burnett cases, which is saying that sellers were basically pressured into paying a buyer's agent commission or offering a buyer's agent commission when they had another option, which limited their ability to negotiate. As an agent, I see how this limits their ability to negotiate. Now, the Zillow case is a little bit different. The Zillow case argued that some of the NAR practices for MLS limited the advancement of technology for listings, which is an interesting take for Zillow because it seems like they're just trying to get more market share for themselves. When I trust NAR 100 times more than I trust Zillow, because Zillow is a publicly traded company. How can you believe that the publicly traded company is going to look out for your best interests when NAR is not a publicly traded company? It's absolutely absurd that this lawsuit is going to go through with Zillow, because Zillow is a publicly traded company. They're just looking out for their own interests. NAR agents are bound by the law. Zillow is, yes, bound by the law, but not the type of law that the agents are. They don't have to work ethically to promote your best interest. It's absurd. But anyway, so they focus on different aspects, yes. And the main point is that it promotes more transparency for commission structures and consumer-friendly practices. So NAR agreed. They're like, yeah, we'll just promote more commission transparency. Fine. And pay $418 million. That's probably not as fine. Okay, key takeaway is transparency for buyers and sellers agents. Sellers don't have to assume that they're going to pay the 3% commission. The agents are going to let them know, and there's going to be a lot more content to let sellers know what that 3% actually does for them and for the buyer's agent, if that continues to be a thing. But for now in 2024, believe that that is a thing. That's totally necessary because that's where the market is. And then the lawsuit hasn't even gone through. So offering a 0% commission is not gonna turn out well. We can discover that and look through that in a different video for various different reasons. We'll get into it another time. Be ready to have these commission conversations with your agent because they need to happen. And if your agent isn't upfront about their commission structure and exactly what they do for you and what that 3, 6, whatever you're offering does, then probably get a different agent, because they have to be much more upfront about it now that NAR is getting sued. Okay, this means 2 things for sellers and buyers. For sellers, it means that you don't necessarily have to pay that buyer's agent fee. You can give up that 3%. 100% you can. But be aware of the cost that that's going to take on potentially getting your listing sold over the long term. And for buyers, just keep in mind that when you're looking for an agent, when you're connecting with your agent, that 3% that they may charge may not be paid for by the seller, and it's totally negotiable. It's something that can and will be negotiated for. I think along the lines of getting a new roof, or the roof on a house is old, maybe the seller is either going to pay for the roof or they're going to pay for the agent commission. That's a hard pill to swallow. Now you know 3 different things. The agents have to be transparent in how they operate their commission structures. 2, that if you didn't know before, that commissions are completely negotiable, and as a buyer, you may need to either pay that agent commission or that it's a negotiable term. And 3, that you need a great agent that's going to fight for you, that's going to truly want what's best for you and adapt to the current market now, instead of clinging to the past of what was and what isn't anymore. These changes are putting you in the driver's seat, and I want you to stay there. So connect with me down below, and I want to help you find your perfect home or sell your perfect home today. So give me a call down below. My contact information is there, and I'm going to see you tomorrow in the next video, because I put out videos like this all the time.